Wow, this is the first film review on this channel. And I'm reviewing a bad film. Yay, I have to get angry. You excited? Alright, this story needs some context. So, I was at Goodwill searching for a book to read, and then I seen this little book called Upside Down Magic. So I read the entire book, and what do I think? It was honestly okay. It was nothing crazy or anything. I wish they'd focus on more things than others, but besides that, it was pretty good. Well, I was one day, I would search it up on YouTube, thinking there was some type of fandom book review or some type of crap. But then I figured out there was a whole film adaptation of Upside Down Magic. This movie came out in 2020, so I was still in 4th grade back then. Coronavirus was spreading, so yeah. So I tried to find some free version to watch this movie, and fortunately I found the full movie on YouTube free to watch. So I watched it, and what do I think? I think it's one of the most sloppiest put together caboodle of nonsense I've ever watched. Alright, let's start from the beginning. Alright, let's talk about the characters, I guess. There are none to speak of. Nori is just this happy-go-lucky girl that she pretty much wasn't in the original book. I don't know, she barely had a character in the original books. She was happy, but not too optimistic. But for some reason, they added a new character that wasn't even in the original, called this Flare Girl. And that really screws up the plot, because she takes up some of the screen time that should be going to Upside Down Magic kids. But we'll get to that later. Alright, so this Flare Girl is not that interesting. They do not have any chemistry, because Nori and the Flare Girl are friends in this adaptation. But we don't see them being friends except for the beginning part. But that was just Nori boosting her confidence just because she's nice. And I thought that wasn't that strong. But really, I have no problem with her character. But how she's used is very awful. Well, I'll get to that later. I'm tired of talking about these characters. I want to talk about the story. Alright, let's talk about the Upside Down Magic crew. They have no character in the slightest. There's this kid named Elliot who was in the original, and I don't know why they cast him to look like this. I don't even think he looked like that in the original. But I guess they don't have faces in the original because the book doesn't have any pictures. So I can pass up on that one. He's just this goofy guy who tells the same joke over and over again throughout the film, and it's so awful. He's just always like, high five, and nobody gives him a high five, and he's like, come on. And they just repeat that joke throughout the film. And then, Nori does the high five, and then he's just like, she gets one, but I don't. Right? And then I'm just like, oh, that's supposed to be funny. Yep, take that note. It's awful humor, too. And the girl who won't giving him a high five, she's just sassy and quirky. That's her whole personality traits. We don't get any time to devote to any of these people because they take up so much time with the Flare Girl. Alright, let's talk about this last character. This guy is the teacher of the Upside Down Magic class, and he's just so annoying and corny. And at the end of the movie, he sings about a song about how he can, he just sings a song, and then every time he opens his mouth to sing a song, it's so corny. They try to make him funny by doing all this other dumb crap with him, by making him do all these jokes when Nori comes down to Upside Down class. They try him to be all cool, and I don't know how to describe it. They just tried to make him cool and funny, but it's not funny. It's corny. Alright, now let's talk about the story. So like I said, Nori tries to go to Sage Academy while she fails the Sage test and she gets sent to UDM class.
UDM?
Well, in the original, she didn't fail it. She failed the test, yes, but she didn't get to go to Sage Academy. She just went to another school to live with her aunt. Then she had to go to another school away from her brothers and her sister and her dad. But whatever, that's just related to what I'm trying to say. So she gets sent to UDM, and she talked about this. They talk about this shadow magic crap, like that was nothing to do with the original. That was never in the original. It doesn't even exist in the original universe. Also, let's say the UDM class, it does not fit how the original portrayed them. Most of the UDM kids are gone from the story. There's only 4 of them now. So basically, one of the headmasters of Sage Academy comes into the UDM classroom and tells them they're not allowed to use their magic because of the shadow magic crap that wasn't even in the original story, like I said. So Nori does some hijinks and gets up the stuff, sees the other Fluxers, Fluxers doing magic, and she tries to do her magic right, and it goes wonky, and the UDM teacher comes to take her away and tells her she's not allowed to do her magic. Yeah, so that happened. And then we cut to the Flare Girl's classroom. Here's my problem with the Flare Girl. I don't care about her character or anything about that, but she takes up so much of the story. We could have had more time for the UDM class to develop if we didn't have the Flare Girl clouding up the whole story with her mess about popping popcorn. So then Nori and the Flare Girl meet up, and they talk about how great their school day is going, when they both know that their school day is going awful. So they're lying to each other, and I'm just like, I don't care. And then at lunch, Nori makes up a plan of how she's gonna prove that Wonkos can do normal magic. So then we get one scene in the whole film of how she's training to do a normal kitten, and then we cut back to the annoying Flare Girl, who is sad that Nori's making friends without her. But we don't care that she's making good friends, because we don't get any time to develop getting her new friends in the UDM class. It's so stupid. Like, they want me to be like, oh, Nori's getting friends, but we don't get no time to see her getting friends because the Flare Girl's taking up so much of the runtime. So then the Flare Girl gets herself into some type of shadow magic crap, which just corrupts her and make her powers better. But it gets out of control when they are at this Sage talent show thing. I forgot to mention that, I'm sorry. There's this talent show that Nori's trying to participate in that will prove that she is better at turning herself into a kitten, I guess. Or was it at lunch? I forgot, honestly. So, the Flare Girl accidentally hurts Nori when she's trying to calm her down. When she fluxed into something that wasn't a kitten. But she almost burned Nori. And then the Flare Girl's like, oh my god, Nori, I'm so sorry. And the movie's trying to imply the reason that the Flare Girl's powers got too strong was because of the shadow magic. Yeah. Alright, so the shadow magic we're skipping ahead a little bit, but the shadow magic consumes the Flare Girl, and then the Flare Girl goes to this place where the UDMs are not invited. So Nori gives this inspirational speech about how they're gonna save the school and how they're gonna have fun. Not have fun. How they're gonna save the school and get respect, I guess. So then they go out, save the school, and the movie ends. Ugh, it was so boring. Alright, one of my main issues with this movie, which really shouldn't be much of an issue, it differentiates itself from the books too much. Like, her dad in the original book was a massive dickhead. But now her dad is nice and supportive. Like, why did you guys do it? It would have been more sad. It would have been better if she... You know what? It would have been better if her dad was a good person. So if she went away to not live with her dad ever again, it would be more sad. But her dad being super mean really makes her think like, yeah, something's wrong with me and I have to fix it. So I go to Upside Down Magic class to fix my problems, I guess. Which would make it all the more heartwarming when she realizes that her dad was more mean to her. And her real friends were her aunt and her Upside Down Magic family, I guess. But no, this movie doesn't focus on any of that one bit. And plus, if the movie did, it would be super underdeveloped because they take so much time with the Flare Girl. The storytelling would have been way more stronger if they cut the Flare Girl out of the story. Also, I'm not that crazy on her going to Sage Academy instead of a new school to live with Aunt Margot. But her going to UDM anyway, as if it's a built mechanism in Sage Academy, is pretty still kind of good because it makes Nori think there's something wrong with her or something like that. But no, she isn't struggling with her inner problems, like not something being wrong with her or anything like that. She's just kind of, I don't know, chill about it. But something else that is really kind of bad is them removing Miss Star and replacing it with this other teacher guy. In the original, Miss Star was what was like inspirational and saying you should be proud of your Upside Down Magic, I guess. She really helped the Upside Down Magic kids with their magic. Like, for example, in the first book, when Andres is floating up into the sky because he can't control his magic, Nori turns into a giant bluebird using the techniques Miss Star taught her, showing that she really had an imprint on the characters. And I think the movie would have been a whole lot better if they focused on that and removed this dumb try-hard idiot and replaced her with Miss Star like in the original. That would have had more stronger storytelling than this dumb try-hard idiot. Also, they removed a whole lot of the Upside Down Magic crew. I don't know if I have mentioned this before. I might have, but whatever, I will just repeat it. Like, the Upside Down Magic crew in the books were just like this large class, but now they're just 4, and they have the most basic, boring personalities ever. Also, they changed up some of the magic. Only one. They didn't keep the fuzzies. Fuzzies can't have friends with animals and talk to them, I guess. But now there's a new type. They're called I forgot. I genuinely forgot. And they can push stuff away from them or bring stuff to them. Like, this is the most basic, boring crap ever. Like, they can just pull stuff towards them, do all type of crap. I do not care. That is the most boring stuff ever. I mean, I won't act like the original power was better. Like, it's better, but it's not it was like beast and cool. It's not cool, really. It's just kind of lame. But it is worlds better than a movie adaptation's magic power. All this stuff might seem like the crucial thing to the Upside Down Magic story, but they cut out and changed so much of it when it barely feels like an adaptation. It feels like an adaptation tied to the book with the thinnest strands of thread. 3 or 4 very thin strands of thread. Remove the Sparkies. I mean, the Sparkies in the original were these bully kids that hated the Upside Down Magic crew. And they used to be friends with Elliot. And I think it would have been way more interesting if they kept the Sparkies, so he could have more of a personality and depth than this joke-cracking idiot. And they would give the Upside Down Magic crew somebody to work off of besides that dumb teacher I talked about earlier. Also, they make Nori be able to flux whenever she wants to, and the animal turns out wonky. I don't know why they did that. I mean, like, they could have kept that over all the other crap they took out. But if she was uncontrolled of her Upside Down magic, it'll give her more of a reason to fix it. Like, more added weight to when she transforms. But, yeah, I do not. Yeah, this movie is just filled with boring jokes, boring humor, boring everything. I mean, when I watch this movie, I feel my vision fills with boredom. I want to die already. It's so boring, uninteresting, and dumb. I mean, not to keep on comparing it to the original, but the original had more dramatic action with the Sparkies, more cool stuff. I can't name all the things I like about the Upside Down Magic book off the top of my head, but it is worlds better than this dumb movie adaptation that is the most boring crap ever. Reading a book shouldn't be better than watching a movie. It should be the exact opposite. But in conclusion, the Upside Down Magic film is one of the most boring cinematic disasters I've ever had the pleasure of watching.